Hi folks, Jonas Cain here for another edition of Magic Words, and the magic word is connection. A number of years ago, I was contracted to do a tour of all the senior centers in Springfield, Massachusetts with my magic act. And on this one particular day, I showed up to one of the locations and I was met with the most unfortunate circumstance. Everyone was playing bingo. There's one thing I've learned very early in my career is people don't like to be interrupted from what they're doing to watch a magic show, especially if they're senior citizens playing bingo. So as I was setting up for the show, this woman in the back of the room, she was just sort of staring me down, and then she spoke up and she said, "How long is this going to take?" And I explained to her, I said, well, if everyone's enjoying the show and participating, it might go as long as an hour. But if people aren't really participating that much, it'll probably be done in about 40, 45 minutes. She just said, oh, it'll be a short show. It was an uphill battle from the very beginning. So now, to be sure, there were some people there who did want to be a part of the magic show, so I quickly aligned myself with these allies, but I kept a close eye on the woman in the back of the room. But then about halfway through the show, something amazing happened. This woman in the back, all of a sudden she started to smile. And then she started to laugh. And then this same woman, who moments earlier wanted nothing to do with me, by the end of the show, she willingly volunteered to participate in one of my magic demonstrations. And it was amazing. And then after the show, as I was sort of going around, doing my rounds, thanking everyone for having me, when I got to this woman, she said something to me that I will always remember. She said, "Jonas, I don't like magicians, but I like you." This experience highlighted for me the importance of making genuine connections with others. It's often said that, we can't choose always the people we work with. We can't always choose who our neighbors are going to be. We certainly can't choose our family. In fact, it's often likened to life is like being shipwrecked on an island with people from all walks of life. And the question becomes, well, how do we not just survive, but thrive among people with all different beliefs and values and goals? And I've identified 3 ways to create meaningful connections with others, to foster a sense of community, regardless of how different we all are. And the first choice that we can make if we want to develop genuine connections, the first choice is to choose to be likable. Now, just like with that woman from the show I talked about, she wanted nothing to do with me until I was able to become likable. And that opened up the opportunity to have a positive experience. Now, there's a fine line between seeking to be likable for a worthy cause versus seeking to be likable to feed approval addiction, which certainly isn't recommended. But when we approach it from a place of good intentions to have a good and positive experience, I believe that can be a great way to seek a genuine connection. So the question becomes, well, how do we become likable? Well, one of the ways is to ask questions, and that's the second choice that we can make. We can choose to be interested enough in others to ask questions. Now, this is a great way to get to know them. This is a great way to find common ground, but it's also a great way to demonstrate that we do care about them, that we are interested enough to ask questions. This involves, of course, listening genuinely to the answers, but it also means asking some self-reflective questions. Questions such as, do you feel what they feel? Do you see what they see? Do you know what they know? And do you want what they want? By asking questions of this quality, it'll put us into the correct mindset of seeking to serve rather than to be served. Now, once we have the answers to these questions, then we can put them into action with humility, and that is the third and final choice to developing meaningful connections with others. Humility often gets a bad rap. People see it often as a weakness, but it's more correctly understood as a strength for people who are confident in their skills. Humility in this context means knowing and using your strengths for the benefit of others, for a good goal, for a higher purpose. In all of my magic performances, the emphasis is never on me. If it's ever on me, it's really more correctly about we. It's about us. But there's several pieces of my show that it actually empowers the audience members to create the magic, literally passing the magic wand to them so they become empowered to perform the magic too. Humble leaders don't think less of themselves, but rather they simply choose to instead consider the needs of others in fulfilling higher purposes. And when we make others look good by facilitating opportunities for their best selves to shine, well, not only do we become more likable, but we also gain friends and influence. In other words, we make genuine connections with others. Until next time, my name is Jonas Cain. Stay positive.